So we're going to talk about Prometheus. It is the
Prometheus.
prequel to
Yeah.
Alien,
And
but
I just want to point out the aliens is not even in the title.
no, this is the only movie in the franchise so far without the word alien in the title.
Yeah. Do you think when this because I remember when it came out, okay, but I didn't go
Mhm.
see it.
Yeah, I didn't go
This
see it in
first time
theaters.
I saw it. This is the first time I saw it. Do you think it was to let people the first people wouldn't think it was aliens until they watched the movie and then they go, oh, this is part of Aliens franchise? Or do you remember it being advertised as part of the Aliens universe?
I don't remember being advertised as part of the Alien franchise.
I don't remember either. It seemed like after maybe somebody I knew, like maybe your sister or somebody saw it, then we learned it was part of the aliens.
I think my sister told me because I saw the advertisement, right? But then, like, okay, I know it's directed by Ridley Scott, but he directed a whole
Yeah.
bunch of other stuff
Oh, he
before.
does
Yeah.
all kinds of stuff.
All I
So
know is
I
that,
mean,
like, he
I mean,
did.
he's done
No, go
he's
ahead.
done like love comedies. We know that's not part of the Alien
Oh,
universe,
I
or
saw
maybe it
that movie.
is.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe it is. Ooh,
So,
Gladiator is part of the Aliens universe.
did you like this? So, one of my question was
I
to
did
you
like.
was like,
I did actually like this movie,
okay, I did like this movie too,
but I didn't start off liking it.
but Ridley Scott didn't write this. He didn't write this movie. He just directed it. So I
Yeah.
guess in a way, maybe he liked the writing and that's why he directed it.
Maybe he had ideas where he wanted to go with it, or maybe he told those guys, "Hey, y'all fans of the Aliens universe?" They go, "Yeah, what would you do? How would you make it better?"
Ooh.
You know, I mean, that could happen because, I mean, for me, Ridley Scott, he don't have to write a movie for me to like it. I mean, I
He
like most
doesn't.
of his work. I,
Yeah.
I love, I love Blade Runner. That's my favorite Ridley Scott movie. But I
Ooh.
mean, I really actually, he's one of the directors that he can do horror, he can do sci-fi, or he could do, like we said, the love movie. I'm gonna like it anyways. Yeah, whatever. You're gonna have that big old giant pot in front of you, and it's gonna shoot that thing out onto your face. You don't just
Ah!
you don't just creep out on your face,
The
dude.
face hugger, right? Look at this. Oh, this is from a Halloween costume that you can buy, like part of the thing.
Oh,
There's also like a fluffy, soft cotton version, but like that one is more lame.
yeah.
But I
Well,
have
you'll
both
tell
of
you
them.
what. I'll tell you what'd be impressive to me if
What?
you can make a chest buster come out right there.
Oh, that would be cool. That would be
That would be
beyond
something
my
else.
special effects dreams.
That would be impressive.
So
I mean, they were able to do it in Spaceballs. I mean, why can't you?
so my other question was like, do you like it when the creator does this? I'm talking about Ridley Scott here. He coming back to direct Prometheus instead of letting somebody else do it, you know? And I thought about like, are we gonna get into like an argument like how Star Wars is? Because George Lucas did write the prequels, right? But he's the one who directed them too. But in this case, Ridley Scott didn't write Prometheus. He just directed it. So
Yeah. Well, George Lucas didn't write all the Star Wars movies either.
no, he didn't write all the Star Wars movies. I mean,
Matter of
he
fact, one of the
laid the
best ones is
baselines.
ones he didn't write. So,
I thought the you mean he didn't direct?
oh, yeah, okay, yeah.
Yeah, he
Some of
didn't
the ones he
direct
didn't direct.
5 and 6. Yeah,
Yeah, but the thing is, I guess I don't know. I don't know how this is even relevant because I mean, George Lucas is more of a writer, more of a creator than he is
then a
either a writer
director. Yeah,
or a director. I mean,
yeah.
he can direct and he's made some good stuff, but it's just the idea or the idea. It's the material that people like.
Hey, let me.
Plus,
Yeah, go
but I
ahead.
mean, Aliens is a universe is really built by fans, anyways. I think Aliens is because there is a book. There was a game book. There's an RPG game, and then they have like a handbook. They have an Aliens handbook. It puts all the stuff. But I don't think Aliens took off as a universe until Aliens came
You
along.
know what? He didn't write the first Alien either. He just directed it also.
Yeah.
I just
Well,
checked.
I mean, it's not really his universe. I
No,
mean,
it's
it's a
not.
universe it's a universe he helped
He
create.
helped tell the story
He's
on.
one of
Yeah,
the major, yeah, he's one of the major creators of it, but it's not his universe. And like I said, mainly fans have created the Aliens universe.
because that's yeah. You know what?
And it's
A
more,
lot of them.
and
Yeah.
like I said, it's Aliens. It's actually shot off the
Hey, hey,
universe.
hey.
Alien didn't really create
Just
anything.
based on what you said there, it's actually the fan base that created the Fast and Furious franchise of where we are now. It's because there
Yeah,
were so many
well,
people watching it with the box office hitting that much. That's why
yeah.
they keep creating sequels.
But like I said, there's a RPG game for Aliens.
This? Whoa, I only play the action ones. I want to say. I didn't know those RPG games were
Oh, you didn't?
Alien.
Yeah, there was RPG games, and there is a Aliens handbook. And you notice I keep saying aliens because that's what's really what it's all about. It's not alien, it's aliens. It's what's
Aliens.
whatever. Because had all the war machines, you had the war spaceship, you got the colonial marines, you had a bigger universe in aliens than you did in the other movie.
Huh. So we know what Prometheus is
In
about,
the
right?
third Alien movie, it was such a small universe. It's hard to get excited about that.
Hmm. So I'm gonna lay this question out right now in the beginning. So we both watched Prometheus. This is my second time, even though I don't remember a lot of it. Since the first time I watched it, I do like it a lot. I guess the second time around, probably liked it the first one too. I
Yeah,
don't
it
know.
was. Well, to me, this is going to be a more memorable movie than because I can't hardly remember the first three movies. I remember the fourth one,
Well, because we
but
just watched that
yeah,
recently.
because we just watched it. But this one is more memorable to me. It had more things going on, and I mean, I didn't like some of the characters that put all these goofy characters that really didn't go anywhere. So I don't know why you had to even make them extreme as you did.
Oh,
Like the
like
two guys that die.
the
Yeah, the two
geologist
guys
and the
that yeah
biologist.
the two guys that stay in the cave and got murdered because they made them like oddballs, and then they just got killed anyways. I was like, why? It was more because I only liked those characters when they died, especially when the one guy got sucked the alien in and the other one got his face burned off.
That
That was
was really
awesome.
good. I feel like this movie is like the evolution of that alien species, right?
Quit
Because
talking. Yeah.
yeah, like the evolution of the alien species that we saw. Because is it wasn't until at the very end that alien looks like with the tentacles was all different until it got into the engineer of
Yeah, the
humans.
engineer.
That's how it
Yeah.
evolves like
But
that.
the only reason I got it was because it mixed with humans and an engineer.
Yes.
Instead of because we still but the thing is it had certain traits, the acid like acid stuff that come from that planet. Because
Yes.
those worms that was in there, they got in that black goo and they formed the same thing as a face hugger. They got tentacles. So the black goo makes tentacles and makes acid. Is what
Oh.
comes from the engineer's planet. Then I don't know what from the human side. You got something from the human side, and of course it mixed with an engineer and
Probably the
got something
limbs,
else.
right? Like
But
the
the thing is, we still don't know what they were running from. Remember, they were running from something.
yes. I thought
So
they
what
were
was
running
there?
from those things.
What those things didn't form yet.
I thought they did. That's why they were running from them.
We never saw them.
I thought it was just that little snake-looking thing.
The little snake things were just worms. They didn't form until they dumped all that black goo on the ground.
I thought the
So
black
yeah,
goo came from that river
well,
when you see in the beginning of the movie the
no, you
engineer
got to
drink
remember the
that.
black goo come out of the tubes. You go in that room, they had all those cylinders where they're storing all their bioweapons and stuff.
So basically, hold on. Let me see if I
They must
understand
have
this
had it.
movie.
I think they must have had a leak or something.
So let me see. Let me give you my summary of the movie.
Okay.
The humans, us, back in I don't know 2092 or 2192 or whatever, just a few years before
Don't use
Ripley's
yours because
mission.
you're way off.
Yeah, whatever. But so they're trying to find out where humans came from, right? That's why they
Okay.
went to that planet because of the also all the
Yeah.
hieroglyphics on the wall.
Yeah. Well,
So they
yeah.
figure like, oh, this is the place we go to meet our maker, and it's because we went to that planet. Now we started the trend. Like we started these aliens up because we never would have gotten there. These species would have never been around, right? That's
Yeah.
okay.
Well, I mean, well, yeah. It wasn't because thanks to an android, he put everything in motion.
The android, but so
Well,
David.
see, but everybody else died on that spaceship. But you got to remember that these guys created Earth. They created life on Earth by using these biochemicals. So all that black goo created life on. They put somebody, an engineer, got left on Earth. He drank it to see what happened because they're like, "Huh, I wonder what this crap would do." Either they're trying to make a weapon or they're trying to create life. Most
Ooh.
likely, they're trying to make a weapon.
So
The only reason I say they're trying to make a weapon is because when the humans come to visit them, they're like, "Well, crap, this is what we made. This is not what we wanted."
so they didn't want humans.
Yeah, they didn't want humans. They wanted something else, apparently.
So we were
This,
just a fair experiment. That's why that
yeah,
like
well,
that.
yeah, evolution. They probably made a mistake. They probably didn't use the prime directive like they're supposed to.
So I okay now hold on. Now let me
You
ask
didn't
some
catch it
question.
when you didn't catch it when I said prime
Yeah,
directive,
prime
did you?
directive. Yes, I did.
Yeah,
Because
not
I want to get because my allergies are really bad and I'm coughing and you can tell I'm trying to mute every time. So I don't know how to feel right to discover the beings or the species that made humans. Like if you were part of that scientific team, right? Not like Shaw or Holloway. Which Holloway is a hero to me in this movie, by the way, because he decides to sacrifice himself because he knows he's infected and he
You
knows
know
he's not
what?
going. Holloway.
He's a what? A
He's a
hero?
hero for me because he knows that he can't be saved, right? And he knows that he doesn't want to infect the ship. To me, from
Yeah.
my perspective,
Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, I wouldn't say he's a hero, but
you
yeah,
know
he
what? I
tries.
missed the part how David infected Holloway. What did he
Oh, you
do?
didn't see it? He had that black goo and he gave him a drink. He stuck it on his
Oh,
drink.
that's right. That's what I missed. Oh, he did that on
Yeah,
purpose.
yeah. He did because he talked to his boss or his boss, but the problem is he already decided that he's gonna do something else. You know, because he talked to he because he was because we didn't know that the old guy was alive yet.
Yes, Guy.
I
He
mean,
was played by Guy Pearce.
yeah, Guy Pearce, but you kind of knew he was alive because he kept going to a certain place, you know, and then after a while it confirms it. You go, oh yeah, I know he's gonna come back now because I saw him go down there, and then of course, Charlize Theron's character finds out he's there too, you know.
Yes.
Plus, the ship has like a life pod on it in case
Oh,
there's an accident. But
you,
he goes and he was looking for that life and he takes that life and brings it back to the ship with him. And then you can see him when he hands him that doctor that drink, he
yeah.
sticks it on the end of his drink
Oh.
just to just to do that. So David is they say the engineers are the villains of this movie. David's the villain in this movie.
They're not the villains of the movie.
You know, they're kind of the antagonists, but that well, I say the engineer is the antagonist in a way,
Yeah.
but he's actually trying to fix everything. He's trying to fix everything that was already done.
Yes, because I guess, like you said, to them, they didn't mean to make us.
Yeah, they were never supposed to be made. Yeah, there was never supposed to be. I mean, they were probably testing a weapon or something against a culture. They're probably like, we need to come up with a chemical that will wipe us out on other planets that we don't like, enemies. You know, like we do. We try to make weapons that kill other humans all the time. That's what humans do.
Yep.
So that's probably what they're trying to do. And they're like, well, let's go to this planet way out here. It has nothing on it. We'll just see what this poison will do.
Oh, that's
And
a
of course, that guy falls in the water. And then, of course, he forms fish. The fish come on land and makes reptiles. Then it makes fish, mammals, birds. And then all of a sudden, people come along. And then people fly all the way to this planet. And they're like, well, crap.
And then, well, it's explained in the movie they've been alive long before Earth has too.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
which is crazy.
But the spaceship looks different from the spaceship we see at the first of the movie, though.
What's it called? The oh yeah, Prometheus. Yes.
No, no, I'm not talking about the human spaceship, which, by the way, is
Oh,
pretty cool. I'm talking about
the
the alien
engineer ones.
spacecraft.
Yeah.
Yeah, the engineer spacecraft changes.
It. Oh.
Yeah, because remember, it's just a
Yeah.
big old floating
Yeah. The
sphere,
end that
and it
falling
may just
spear.
been another aircraft. And then the other ones, they look like something it'd be on Bespian, you know, in the Cloud City. But anyways, because it's got the little circle. It's like a big old giant C.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it's a big old giant sea.
But of course, it is supposed to look like the spacecraft in the laser gun that the big old can. You know, he's flying. It's not even a gun. It's the ship controls because we've already seen it in the first Alien movie.
Yep.
You know, we've already seen the mask. We've already seen all these aliens because now it's actually answering your questions. What are these guys? Who are these guys? What are they? Well, they're just transporting this weaponry crap around.
I did find it interesting, like when they took the DNA from that one, where the head got
Yeah,
decapitated.
where they
The DNA matches humans. So I was like, whoa, that is really interesting.
yeah.
You know.
So basically, the DNA match would be everything in the ocean too. Everything on Earth should have matched that DNA or have fragments to
Whoa.
it. It
Oh,
should have matched as close, but it should have matched as close as it showed on them.
Whoa. That's
But
crazy.
that thing is that means that we shouldn't have contributed that much to that a xenomorph because if we're so close to it, then why would the DNA even matter?
Oh, you know what? I didn't put that together until just now. There's a
But I
xenomorph.
guess it does. But it does
DNA
because at
is
the
very
end,
close to
because you know
ours.
the lady, yeah, because that lady she has that little baby. It's just this big old giant squid, and then the squid mixes with the engineer, and
So,
then it turns into the aliens we know.
so this movie actually helped me fix a problem for Alien Resurrection when they were recreating Ripley and the alien together. That's why it was able to work because our DNA is already kind of similar. The
Yeah.
xenomorph DNA and human
Yeah.
DNA
So
is.
yeah. So it's basically it's all the same creatures. It's almost an earthbound creature. But it's
Ooh.
not, since earthbound creatures are somewhere else, wherever the founders or the
It's because
engineers
the
came from.
engineer created both humans and the
Yeah.
xenomorphs.
Yeah. So
Oh, this movie is
the story,
a lot better now
so
that
the
I'm talking
story,
to you.
because even that thing, because you got to think Shaw's still wondering, because Shaw's like, oh, I'm not going to be religious anymore. But then at the end, she's got thinking somebody had to create these people.
Yeah,
These people came from somewhere too.
that's
So everything's got to come from somewhere.
everything's got to come from somewhere. That is a
Yeah.
really good. Oh,
And you got to remember, they didn't come from that planet that we're watching in the movie. That's just a crash site.
yeah, that's just like a test crash
Well,
site.
actually,
Yes.
it wasn't even a crash site. I guess they landed there to manufacture stuff and
Well, they
make
said
other
that in the movie they don't
chemicals.
want to create this on their own planet because just in case something goes wrong, right? They kill their own
Yeah,
people.
yeah,
That's why
exactly
they
right.
have that's their laboratory.
Yeah.
That whatever their planet is their lab.
So apparently, and so something killed all their people except for one.
Yeah.
And of course, you bring that old man, Wayland, Mr. Wayland, and
Yeah.
he's just looking for the secret to live longer.
Yes.
So here's the thing: he comes up to the alien guy, and he has David ask him. Well, David pretty much asked him, "This guy's afraid of dying.
Yeah.
Basically, wants to go. This guy doesn't want to die. Can you fix it?" But the problem with aliens guys is probably thinking, "We don't want to die either. We can't fix it. So what's your problem?" I mean, because that's the thing. The humans automatically think on advanced races already going to have all the secrets that we want.
Well,
Well, it's
that's
like
the
the
hope, isn't it?
yes, no, that's some people's hope. It's not my hope. Because do you really want to be slaves to them?
No.
Do you? Yeah, because think about it. All these people on Earth, a lot of them, if aliens ever show up, they're going to go, "Oh, we want all your stuff. We'll do whatever you want."
Hmm.
I mean, it's going to be like Star Trek Enterprise. You never saw Star Trek
No,
Enterprise?
I have not. I think we
Okay,
talked about
well,
that last time.
Star Trek Enterprise. Anyways, the first race that humans come across is the Vulcans.
Okay.
But the Vulcans realize that the Vulcans come to Earth because they think, all right, here's some people that got warp drive. They're going to be awesome partners in space exploration. And then they come to Earth and they're like, these people, they still fight wars. They can't cure like regular liver diseases. They fight amongst themselves. They always want to make weapons to kill each other. These guys are horrible partners, and all they want from us is more secrets to the universe. They want more technology because they just happen. We thought they had a lot of technology. It turns out they just accidentally got warp drive.
Oh.
So then after that, humans are always wanting the Vulcans, and the Vulcans just come to Earth just to watch us and monitor us and tell us how to do stuff. Because basically we're slaves to them now because they're like, y'all are too dangerous to even leave this planet. So we're going to do all we can to keep you
Keep
here
you
on
guys there.
Earth.
Oh. Dude, that sounds awesome.
Yeah, so that's why the Vulcans. Yeah, you think because you've seen Star Trek with Spock and all them. Yeah,
I
they.
do because they talked
But
about that.
we.
Yeah.
But before all that happens, and that's like maybe 200 years before that, I think.
Oh, okay.
Anyways, humans are just they're like, this is a bad deal. Y'all don't need warp drive because you start going to other planets, you're just gonna kill out all the life on it
Ooh.
or damage things.
This is
You are
Star Trek
just
Enterprise?
yeah. This is Star Trek Enterprise,
Oh,
the
I want to
TV
watch
show.
that now just on
Yeah, you
this
should have
little
watched.
premise
You
alone.
should
I mean,
watch that. You should have watched that. Yeah, you should watch it. I didn't want to watch it originally because I watch all the other Star Trek. So I thought, well, Enterprise is just not going to work. But it's not the best. It is not the best Star Trek series, but it does have some smart stuff to it. Because of course, I mean, why would you want humans to go over? Because like I said, that's all we want is we want technology.
yep.
And that's the thing. That's why the Prime Directive is eventually created because you're going to come across other races that's going to want your technology, and they just are not ready for it.
They're
You
not.
can't
Yeah.
just hand. You can't just come to a planet and go, oh, here's some phasers. Have a good time.
Oh.
Because they would annihilate their entire culture. You can't have that. You don't want it infected because then all these people, it's like going somewhere and just giving like let's say we come across another culture that
Mhm.
doesn't have everything on Earth. Well, if we start giving them everything, they'll never do anything for themselves,
No, that
and
yeah.
then they'll become dependent upon you
They had
for
that theme in
survival.
Star Trek.
Yeah, so basically, you're going to turn. It's like a dog. I mean, the dogs were wolves at one time, but now we take care of them. They can't go do anything for themselves. If you take them
Yeah.
out in the woods and leave them, they'll die.
Yes.
And
So
that's the way the Vulcans are looking. They're like, we take these people out to space, these humans are just gonna die.
just from what you said, right? It reminded me on the first J.J. Abrams Star Trek when they show young Spock, right? When he got upset and beat up the other
Yeah.
Vulcan kid. The other Vulcan's kids are just standing there like, wow, they don't understand the logic of this, and I love that
Yeah, they don't,
because
and
like,
that, but the
what
thing
is
is that,
anger's gonna
but again, I also
resolve?
got to remember even deeper though. The Vulcans have to be taught logic, not to fight, because Vulcans actually have a higher temper, a worse temper than humans do.
Oh, they do.
Oh yes, they have a very deep rooted temper. They almost wiped out their entire planet in World War II and almost killed everybody, every Vulcan that ever lived.
Oh,
And Romulans are actually Vulcans.
oh, you told me
And
that
if
before. Yes,
if you've known if you've seen
it's
Romulans,
just
they
same
are,
ancestry. Yeah,
yeah, they are horrible people,
yeah.
ruthless people.
Man, it just made me want to watch the whole Star Trek
So yeah,
franchise.
because you got to think Romans don't have any logic. Logic does not dictate anything to them. Conquest dictates
Conquest. Yeah.
everything to this.
Wow.
So yeah, so that's a good deal. And I also want to point out on one of our shows, remember when you asked, there should have been a show where the humans are the alien invaders.
Oh, that was the last one. Yeah. So
Yeah.
it feels like
Well,
this one is like
but
that.
I was going to go ahead and say because I named some, but the best movie that I can name that where the humans are the invaders is Avatar.
Oh yes.
Yeah, remember all the Avatar
Oh,
series?
and you probably haven't seen this in Apocalypto. It's not like a space alien
Well,
movie.
yeah, it's not space, but you're right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Apocalypto's like that too.
but that's only at the very end, though.
Yes,
You can't
that's
say that movie was about it. That's
no.
not because that movie their downfall shows up at the end. Yeah, so what
That's
we're
why I
talking
want
about
to.
now
Yeah, that's why
would
I
be
want to show too. At the end, the human shows up. Like, oh my god.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, we got a problem because these people are God. Because remember, they always thought, well, these are white gods. We got to do everything they want.
Yep.
See, that's what happens if aliens ever show up. We're gonna go, oh, these people are so technologically advanced. We got to do what they want. But the thing is, they may show up and they may not. They just happen to. Oh, we just happen to got good space technology. That's all we got.
Yeah, that's all we got.
We're gonna come here and
like District
we're gonna
9.
come here and give you all kinds. Yeah, we're gonna go. Yeah, because District 9, those aliens didn't have nothing.
They just got
Those
lost,
aliens,
but they have experience. They just want to go home. That's why I love
Yeah.
that movie.
and they couldn't do anything for
And we
themselves.
treat them like crap. That's so terrible. But then I love that movie because it shows that part of the humans too. Like, dude, we're
Yeah.
gonna treat them like crap.
Well, the only reason they got treated like crap because they turned out to be weak.
Yes.
If they show up and they're not weak,
And
then
they
will be
don't
opposite.
use their weapons to conquer other people. They just
Yeah,
use
but that's
yeah.
that's the thing though. The thing is will travel in space make you a more peaceful race? I don't think it would.
I think it's just the culture of people.
Yeah.
Or
But I'm
beings in
thinking
this
if we come across an alien culture, are they going to be really kind? Because most
We don't
likely,
know,
if
yeah.
they got spacecraft and stuff and they're traveling everywhere, why would they? They're better than you. We're animals to them.
Yeah.
I mean, if you got all that stuff, you got to think. 'Cause, I mean, look at the way we treat the lower lives on this planet.
So it's really
We try to
thing.
be
So
good,
what we're trying
but
to say
we're
for
really not.
Prometheus is like they should have never gone in this mission.
Yeah, well, they
Why would you want to
shouldn't
go
have.
and meet your maker?
Well, but you got to remember, not everybody wanted to.
Yeah, that's true too.
Remember, because Charlie Theron tells them, you do not have. If once we find anything that's alive, you won't have any contact with them
Yeah,
whatsoever.
you
don't talk
contact
to
me
them.
first. Yep.
Yeah, we're not going to do this. And she had rules, but see, the time the company had rules too. But the owner of the company, he didn't have rules. He said we had rules, but when he got there, he's like, no, actually, I'm only want to do this because I want extra life.
Yep.
I want to live forever.
So
But the thing is, we also want to throw this out. David could see that this guy dies. He's my father, he'll die. But he gets thinking, I don't die, so why do I even follow this guy anymore?
oh,
He goes, all these people will die. He goes, but I won't die. So I could go in there and I could create life myself and be a god.
so this movie goes back to these androids being a bad. Well, you know what? Hold on. In the first
Yeah,
Alien
well-
movie, the android was bad. The second
Well,
one,
He was kind of a
wasn't bad.
monitor. Yeah.
The second one wasn't bad. Bishop wasn't a bad.
Yeah, Bishop
android.
wasn't bad. And then of course you
The
got
third
Winona
one, they didn't
Ryder's.
have one. The Winona
Yeah, Winona-
Ryder is even more further in the future, where like it's kind of like Blade Runner. They think for
Yeah.
themselves, but they're not all bad. The Winona Ryder
Yeah.
wasn't bad, but this one, David, it brought back the like. I don't think I trust his joy because in the beginning, he was dyeing his hair and everything. You saw that, right? Like he's watching movies.
Well, because had nobody tell him what to do while he was watching
Yeah.
everybody babysitting. So he started while he was babysitting everybody. Because you got to think when he lived with the humans, he's always been told what to do. So he's always felt like he's below
And
them.
they talked about this in the movie too. Like, don't you like meeting your creator? Because
Yeah.
David brought
And,
that conversation up
yeah,
before he
and he
gave him that drink.
decides. Then David decides he could be a creator himself
Yeah.
and do even better. Because you got to think though, when he's watching all these people, he realized these people are fragile, and without me, they would never make it.
And he's stronger than they. Oh, that's.
And of course, he also realized I don't need these people.
And he said that like must feel like God abandons you. When David
Yeah, oh
said
yeah,
that to Shaw, oh man, that is such a good line. Like, oh, doesn't it? Because that's how David felt, right?
yeah. No,
Oh,
you're right. Because
oh.
but
So
then he realized that yeah, but you got to remember during the middle of the movie, he realized he's better than all these people.
so there's two things I really love from seeing this movie. The first one is they only show this on Shaw, when they wake up from their like extended hypersleep or whatever, she start throwing up because the body had to get adjusted to, I guess, waking up from sleep from such a long time. I love that they show that because I think this is the only space travel movie that shows the sickness. In every other movie, everybody's fine. Like when you wake up from a long 2 years, whatever sleep, right? Oh, you can just wake up fine.
Yeah, it seemed like there's some other movie that did that. I just can't think of what they were doing.
I think Aliens show that a little bit, and then
Yeah, I thought
Avatar.
that. Yeah, Alien did.
Yeah, and then Avatar did that too, but not a lot.
Yeah.
And the other one I love from this movie is you can watch other people's dreams. There's only a small scene when
Oh
David is
yeah.
watching Elizabeth Shaw's dream. I was
Yeah,
like,
he's watching
what
them.
the heck is he doing?
Yeah.
He's watching her dream. I'm like,
Well, their memories.
what?
Yeah, their
Or memories or
too.
whatever. Like, dude, this is awesome. The only time I see reading other people's memories is like, well, obviously the most recent one is Captain Marvel. Like, you know, you could rewind into her dream, and like, you could rewind and put other stuff in there just to look at stuff. I was like, whoa, this is pretty cool. But then I forgot they did that on this movie too. So those are the two things that I really love. Oh, and I thought like so the biggest name of this movie at this time was Charlize Theron. Idris Elba wasn't even that famous yet because it was back in 2012, and he's just like a British actor, you know. And then they had Benedict Wong, his
which nobody would ever nobody would ever see him.
Remember him, and he was a lot skinnier back then.
Yeah,
but
well,
then he
plus he didn't have a
Doctor
big
Strange.
role.
He didn't have a big role. He was just like one of the pilots on the bridge.
Because you guys remember, he also kind of showed up on a. He was even in Blade Runner, but he does show up on like a little short film for Blade Runner.
For Blade Runner 2049.
Yeah, he showed up on one of the short ones. That's what I remember. But yeah, the only reason he got named is because of Marvel.
Yeah,
matter of fact, Marvel ended up making a lot of these people. But they're like, and Naomi Ripley's the main character. The only thing I've seen her in was Sherlock Holmes, the second Sherlock Holmes movie for Iron
Game
Man
of Shadows
for Downey Jr. Yeah, Game of Shadows. Other than that, I've never seen her before.
You know what? Like, yeah, I really like. I think it's one of those, like, because Sigourney Weaver was a new actress back in Alien, and she was the last survivor, and they did the same with this one. You never thought Guy Pearce would die. You never thought Idris Elba would die.
Well, yeah, we got
Charlize
Guy Pearce was a big. Guy Pearce was a big character.
Yeah, Guy Pearce was a big character, and so was Charlize Theron. They both died.
I bet you they put Charlize Theron though, so you'd think that she would make it.
Yep, I know. Like when she died,
she got smashed by the spaceship.
Yes, and then what was the point of going to the escape pod?
You're kind of happy.
Oh, she played a really good character. Like she played that. You know what she remind me of? She remind me like she played a character that you don't normally see her in, right? Like the a-hole she's not even a captain. She's a commander of the ship, right? Because they had a captain.
Yeah, but she wants to be the head of the company.
She wanted to be the head of, yeah.
She is the head of the company. Well, she's not really the head of the company. She's supposed to be the head of the company, and everybody's supposed to believe in this movie she's the head of the company. But it turns out she knows her dad's still alive too, so she's not the head of the company until he dies.
Yeah, until he dies.
So she's wanting him to die. Yeah, so she's waiting for him to die.
Yes.
Because it turns out that she's his daughter.
Yeah, she's the daughter, and she played a really asshole character. It reminded me of Cameron Diaz in Any Given Sunday. Same situation. Yeah. She's the daughter of the owner who owns the football team, and then I can't remember in that movie her dad died or not, but she's the owner of the football team.
The thing is, but it also shows you why she don't like David too.
Yes, because in the beginning she's like, as a son that he never had. Like, dude, you can't say shit like that.
Yeah,
the daughter is right there.
Yeah, but you don't know that yet
No, you didn't know that yet. That was
because you
really
think
good.
because she also likes to throw around that everybody's just her employee. Everybody's her
Oh
employee.
yeah. Oh, oh.
It's like you're not really a head of this team. You're just our employee.
It's like, it's if from right there, right? It's a very Chinese culture thing. Like when you find a boss, like even to this day, like you go back to my country, like the boss yell at you, right? Like, you don't want the boss yell at you. You can't do that stuff here in America. Like the boss can't just like if you work at a big company, the boss can't just yell at you out of no reason. You know, there's got to be respect and things like that, employee
Yeah,
rights and things
well,
like that. But
over time that it's not always been that way.
no, it's not
So
always been that way. Yeah, I understand that. But it just take a long time to get to here we are
and it
now.
still sometimes don't feel like it's that way either. So
Yeah, unless you own your own business.
yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So we found that out. Yeah, but at the end is it's always like a one female sole survivor,
Yeah. And of course she keeps the robot.
the robot, because she needs him, so because she wants to go to their planet, and then I guess everybody trying to figure out like maybe that's where the sequel is going. Shaw is
Well,
going to go to their planet.
yeah, I don't think that's the next sequel though.
Oh, it's not. It's not. But then I'm talking about just for this movie, right? They make it
Yeah. Oh,
seem
it
like
should have
that.
been. It should
And
have
you know
been. Yeah.
what? I feel like Shaw is more even tougher than Ripley because, like, let's see what happens the last 30 minutes of the film, right? She had a C-section, emergency C-section. Then they cut her open, right? Then they staple her stomach. And then
Yeah,
she's
that
still
was
like all this action stuff.
yeah, she's like, yeah, I'm gonna put a spacesuit on. I'm gonna go out there and I'm gonna do
But
all
she
kinds of
does
stuff.
show the signs of struggle, but she keeps giving herself those injections. I'm pretty sure
Yeah,
it's for
yeah.
pain, but like, dude, if she should have been bleeding from down here the whole time, her shit should have been like Deadpool. Like, dude, I'm bleeding this
Nah,
whole time. Like, come
nah, it'd
on.
be okay. Come on, women have been doing that. They're doing C-sections by her time for hundreds of thousands of years, so it's no big deal.
Oh, at that time, yeah, hundreds of
Oh
thousands of
yeah,
years.
you know.
So,
So it's
from watching Prometheus, I had to Google the timeline of the Alien franchise. So, whatever, because I was trying to pay attention to the year. I thought it was 2092, but you said it was not, right? It's
oh, I
not.
don't know. I
Oh,
actually
okay.
don't know what it
Okay.
was. So
So, it was 2092. And
yeah,
then
that's what it was.
the mission for Ripley is only a few years after this.
Okay,
So I had to look that up because like, and then apparently Alien versus Predator was before this. I'm like, what?
but it's Alien Predator versus Predator even count?
Yes,
How does it count?
I don't know, but it was in there, but I didn't dig into that. I'm only looking at Prometheus, Alien Covenant, Alien. So obviously,
So Predator is in the same universe.
I want to say yes, but I don't know. I don't know, but
Do
because
you
I'm.
want it to be?
Oh, I don't know. I don't think I seen Alien versus. Oh, you know what? I think I seen Alien versus Predator.
I did not see it. I did not see it. I didn't read the comic book. I wasn't interested. So,
I think. Well,
but
and you know what?
but
I do remember Alien versus Predator. Predators are the good guys. The Predator
okay,
is the protagonist because
yeah, I
even
would see
in
that.
even in Predators, they're not the antagonist. They even showed that movie The Predator. I think we talked about this because they're not the bad guy. They only out to hunt. So if you don't have a weapon of any kind, right? They're not out to get you. They're only
Yeah,
out to get people who are worthy of the hunt.
yeah, where they fight back.
Yeah, the way they can fight back. They're like if you they never attack the
No,
pregnant
that's the
woman.
sad thing. Yeah, but still, it doesn't make any sense because their technology is so good. It's kind of cheating. It's like I'm gonna
Yeah,
hunt you because you can fight back, but you really couldn't even hurt me. That's the problem.
yeah. Unless
You
you're
remember?
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Because if yeah, well, Arnold Schwarzenegger almost didn't hurt them. That's the thing, you know. So they killed all them guys and they're killing all kinds of people just because they had guns.
Yeah.
So it didn't really make any
Let's not
sense
talk
because
about
you
Predator
could
because
see.
I don't want to talk
Yeah.
about that. Like,
So,
I
but I
hope
want to
not.
go back to what you said though.
The
So
timeline,
Alien
yeah.
versus Predator on the timeline was before
That's what I
Prometheus.
saw.
It can't be.
Yeah,
Then it
that's why
can't
I
be part of
thought.
the
Like, but then
universe.
that's also when I said like it can't be before this. Everything have to be happen after this.
Yes, because this is the starting point.
Yeah.
Unless
Prometheus is the
unless
starting point.
yeah, because like I said, even what we see at the end of the movie, because we do eventually see the exomorph or whatever
Yeah,
they
that's
call
when
it.
the
Yeah, but he's not,
evolution
and he's
first
still
one.
he's not. Yeah, he's still not the same. So here's the thing, though: if the Ridley Scott, the aliens, if Alien, the movie Alien takes place a few years after this, what planet did they land on? See, there's still a more story, but we
Yeah.
know there's Covenant, so I guess we shouldn't ask any more questions. We should just watch Covenant and
Yeah.
then
Figure
discuss
that
it
out. Yeah.
because the thing is, because the Sigourney Weaver's characters, did they land on this planet, or was it another planet they land on and find all this stuff?
Yeah, I can't remember. We've seen that a long time ago. I can't remember what happened to him.
Because they land on the planet, and that's when they found that all the settlers are gone, and they find all those little pods that shoot the face huggers, and they
Yep.
got all that stuff on their ship, and then it could spread out further into space. But the thing is that the planet they land on, or did they land on another
I
planet?
don't know. You know what's really
It didn't
funny?
look like it. It didn't look like it was the planet they landed on.
No, it doesn't look like that. It must be another one. Because who what's to
So,
say these engineers are
well, we don't know the Covenant in the movie Covenant.
Yeah, we don't know
already
what happened
the
in
movie.
Covenant, yeah.
We're lucky enough. We're doing this show so late that we already know it exists. We don't know
Yeah.
if those people don't take it and move it to another planet.
Yeah, we don't know.
And
You
then,
talk about people
then
as in the engineers?
yeah, no, I'm talking about
From
Wayland.
Alien. Oh, okay.
Wayland would be interested to go, oh, I wonder what happened to our ship. Because, they try to tell people not to go there.
Yep.
Well,
Oh, yeah.
But you already know companies. You go, oh, yeah, we crashed some a lot of expensive equipment and we found some aliens on this planet.
No, we're
Please
gonna
don't
try to
go
get
there.
this stuff back. Yep.
They're going to go, cha-ching, that's some money, dude. We are going to that
Yep.
planet. We're going to send some Marines and stuff.
Oh, like aliens.
Yeah. Because that's why those guys showed up, because they wanted that stuff.
You know what? I'm so glad that my cousin showed me the Alien movie when I was such a young age, and at the same time, like I should have not been shown that movie at such a young age.
Yeah, well, like I said, most of those, if I was to only watch those other alien movies, I would never be interested in it, really.
Like when you were younger.
Yeah, well, I don't know if I was younger, I probably would have been interested because I was so young, and that kind of stuff would have made an effect on me. But like watching Alien and then Aliens and stuff, it's just like Aliens was cool because I like the weaponry
Yep.
and the stuff,
And
but
the
I didn't really like,
technology.
but I didn't really like the movie all that much. Yeah, I liked all the weaponry and the ship and the technology, but I didn't like the movie, and I still don't like Aliens, and I sure didn't like the third one. The third one was
Yep.
horrible, and then Resurrection was like, oh, it looks neat, but it wasn't that good. And even if I would have watched it when I bought the making of Aliens 3, I probably would have been, it's a neat spaceship. That's about it.
So Prometheus was better for you.
Oh, yeah. Prometheus. If I would have saw Prometheus, boy, I would have been into the Aliens franchise
Oh,
too.
that's a very interesting point because you said you never seen those when you were young. You were an adult when
Yeah.
you saw the Alien franchise.
But I guess it also, because you got to think Aliens Prometheus is updated with all the modern sci-fi we've
Yeah,
seen,
more
and
science we've
all the
seen, yeah.
technology in it is way better, and the story's a little bit better too.
No, the
I
story in
feel.
this was really good.
Because this was not just a horror; it's a horror movie still.
Yeah.
I mean, it makes you want to go, yeah, I'm not going to another planet. No, no, I'm not getting off the spaceship, dude.
It's kind of like, hey, you want to go to Mars? I did, and then I
But I
saw
think,
I
but
saw
I think,
Prometheus.
I think it's like the nice thing about Prometheus is the advantage of Prometheus is the director already did this movie, and he
Yeah,
just
he
upped it.
did it again. Yeah, he just
says-
updated it.
He's like, yeah, I made Alien. And he goes, instead of calling it Aliens, I'll just call it Prometheus, and I'll even update it. He goes, who take that, James Cameron?
But
See, now James Cameron's got to make one. He's got to make another one.
so it's like Terminator Begins or something. So he should actually make the one with John Connor in the future. That would be the prequel to Terminator.
I don't know. I don't know.
Hold
We
on.
need to talk about.
Let me try to
Terminator
find
now.
out. Okay, the movie Alien is older than me because it came out in 1979.
Oh, yeah. Oh, it's older than you?
Oh yeah, it's older than me by a couple of months.
You were born 1979?
Born in 1979, August.
Oh, okay. Well, it's not older than me, but I most definitely wouldn't have registered with me at that age.
Wow. Okay, so the budget was 11 million. It made over 180 million at the box office of the first Alien.
Yeah.
And I don't even
Yeah, but-
remember it being like that long the first time I watched it when I was a kid. Wow. And then this one, wow, it did really good. Prometheus. You know what? I really like that actor, Michael Fassbender.
Oh, yeah. I love my.
Yeah, I
Well,
love Michael Fassbender.
Hey, wait. That's another thing. We said that the biggest actor was. Everybody knew who Michael Fassbender was by this movie too.
By 2012, I think so.
Yeah, we did. I did. I knew it when it came out who he was.
Let me see. What was his
'Cause
first
he would have
movie?
been Magneto already.
He would have been
right?
Magneto, right? I'm gonna check us.
Let's check that. Maybe we're wrong.
Hold on. Let me take a look. Where is this?
Because I think this is when he's starting to get popular.
And he loves auto racing. Did you know that? He loves auto racing, like
I didn't
F1
know
and
that.
Formula One,
Really?
things like
Yep,
that.
Didn't know that.
Hold on. So let's see.
Don't believe
This
it,
is
though.
Prometheus, right? Prometheus.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? So he was in 300. Did you know that?
Yeah.
He was in Inglorious
No, I didn't.
Bastards.
Oh, I do remember
He was
that.
in Jonah Hex.
Yeah,
He's in
I
X
remember
Men
that.
First Class.
Yeah, so yeah, he was already famous by then. So I already
Yeah,
knew because I remember it because the first time I remember seeing it was X-Men First Class.
yeah. The first
Then I
time we
saw
saw him,
Jonah
yeah,
Hex and I knew that was him with the bad guy. I don't remember him in 300 though,
yeah, he was in 300.
but I do remember him on a lot of the other stuff. And
Yeah,
of
he's
course
in
I did see the movie what
what?
was that? Oh, I can't think of the name
Inglorious
of it.
Bastards.
No, oh, Inglorious Bastard. I remember he was a really good character in it. But the funny thing is, he's really German,
Yeah,
and he
he's
was
really
playing an
German.
English guy. That's what threw me. But I did see Assassin's Creed with him in it too.
Oh, he was in Assassin's Creed. Oh, that's why he's
Yeah,
the main character. That's right.
yeah, yeah,
You know, it's really funny for Inglorious Bastards because I think I read the interesting fact, right? Because he is German. That's
yeah.
why that role was perfect for an English guy playing a German officer, but he spoke German because his German was really rusty. He said he actually had to practice.
Oh, okay. Well,
He
that makes
did.
sense.
That's why it was so great. It's like,
Yeah, because
my
it's
Russian is kind of rusty. I could speak it because he speaks like 5 languages or something. Yeah. Let's see. Yep. Yeah.
yeah,
I
well,
love this actor. He's really good. I have no idea he was older than me.
yeah. Well, most actors are older than us.
Most
There's just not.
actors. I
Well, it's the
also
funny
like him
thing.
playing
It's
Steve
not.
Jobs.
Oh yeah, I did see that, but that's after this. So.
Oh, this way after this. Yeah. Oh, he
Well, I
was in
mean, since I
Assassin's
saw
Creed.
this, but I mean, I wouldn't have known that. I mean, I already when this movie came out, I knew who he was.
Yep.
But she actually did a good job as Steve Jobs. I never met Steve Jobs, but I'm sure Steve Jobs would have been like, huh, you're almost as good as me.
Better than Ass Face Kutcher.
Okay, we
Oh,
didn't
I'm
have to
sorry,
go there.
Ashton Kutcher, maybe.
Man, Mr. Hate him. So you don't like the butterfly effect?
Oh, I'm not like you. I just don't like
Oh,
Ashton Kutcher. Like, if that's a good movie,
oh,
he's
okay.
good in it. I'm not like you. Like, oh, Channing Tatum ruined GI Joe, so I hate Channing Tatum. Oh, Ryan
Oh,
Reynolds,
okay.
Mary, what's her face? Play live dude. So I'm not like that.
Oh, that's not what I don't like. Ryan Reynolds. I actually like Ryan Reynolds,
Oh, you do.
except for Wolverine. I'm like, ugh, why did you do that, dude? Dude, actually,
Oh,
actually, I like Ryan Reynolds, but I don't like his movies.
oh.
He's not a good actor.
We talked about
Well,
Smoking
he might
Aces.
be. Well, I have to watch it. I haven't
I
seen it.
think you're
He may
right. Like
be.
he needs
There's got
to.
to be some movies,
You need to
but
see
he's
Ryan Reynolds all of that
but he's
Ryan
but
Reynolds
he's but
element.
he's usually almost the same guy. I
Yeah,
mean,
that
he's used, was it Van Wilder?
like Danny
Why?
Ocean,
Yeah, it's like Danny.
just
Yeah,
like
he
George
is
Clooney.
exactly like that. Yeah, he's a George Clooney. I guess that's why DC likes to hire actors like that. Because
I
I
think.
mean, DC hired Clooney, and then they
Well, it's
hired
kind of
him to
like
be.
when people say Robert Downey Jr. is perfect for Iron Man, right? Like, it's kind of like saying like what you don't like Ryan Reynolds about. He's already like that, so why would I want to say an actor's already like that? I would like to see an actor playing out of something that he is not.
Yeah, but I don't know why you had to say Robert Downey Jr. He always
Because
plays somebody different.
he
Always plays
can,
somebody
but
different.
then people say that's the perfect role for him because he's the alcoholic,
Oh,
whatever, right?
okay. Yeah, I would have
Like
thought
I would
that.
like someone that's not like that to be able to pull off that role. Not that
Yeah,
he's not good at it. Robert Downey Jr. was fantastic as Iron Man, okay?
yeah, yeah.
But then
You
like
can't.
it's kind of like when people don't give, kind of like Ashton Kutcher. He was great in the Butterfly Effect. Like Michael Keaton was great as Batman
Yeah,
because you
yeah.
don't give the actor a chance. Like when people complain about, oh, Heath Ledger's
Yeah,
playing the
well, yeah, I get that,
Joker.
but that's the thing, though. Like, yeah, but that's the thing. You play what's
What?
his Robert? What's his name? Who are we talking about? Which actor are we talking about?
Michael Fassbender.
Oh no, before that, we're talking about
Ashton
what's his
Kutcher.
name?
Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah, Ryan Reynolds. He's good and he gets some roles and he doesn't do. He's like, okay,
Well, I think sometimes people use that for marketing reasons, and then like some studios actually pick the actor so they could play that role they see him in. Because a lot of
yeah.
times, even when you and I cast, not just you and I,
Well, I'm just gonna
everybody
put it this. I'm just
cast
gonna
like,
put it this
oh,
way. I'm gonna put it this way though. Like a lot of these actors, like you're saying, you're right. They get a role and they're really good at it.
mm-hmm,
But see, a lot of these actors, some of the actors we mentioned, they get a role. They're always somebody else, and they're always good at it.
yep,
And other actors, they're the same in every role, and that they've been given a chance to be better. And for some reason, they keep getting roles, and I don't know why. Because what's his name isn't that good. He just isn't that good. He's been good in some roles. There's been a lot of roles he should have been good at, but he wasn't, and they should have just been given to a different actor, and the movie would have been pretty good.
oh, It's hard to say because remember, like we talked about that with Samuel L. Jackson. He's a
And
good
like,
actor.
like it's like Ashton Kutcher. Yeah, you're right. He's because he's got good roles. Like he played Steve Jobs. He actually did a good job in that movie.
Mm-hmm.
But in a lot of other movies, why did they even bother?
Sometimes it could be the director too. It's hard to say.
Yeah, it could be
Yeah,
because
it's hard to say.
that's why we got that other dude in Spider-Man 3 who played Venom. What up, man? What up? Luckily, I never seen that guy in anything else. Well, yeah, he did show up in something else, and he just played a very small part, so it didn't hurt the movie.
Oh, Interstellar.
Yeah, and he probably would have been okay. I mean, maybe he wasn't given a good direction to. We don't know.
He
But
wasn't.
you're right. It's easy to sit here and hate on
It
somebody for
is.
what
It
they
is
did.
always easy to hate on
But
somebody.
but it is kind of part of what we do when we sit here to talk about stuff. Is
That's what
to
makes it
love,
interesting, right?
is to love things and then to hate some things and then to
I could
argue
tell you
about
that.
argue about what we hate.
Okay, I know. So this is in the back of your mind.
Okay.
The only
You're gonna bring it forward.
Oh, I'm
It's
going to bring
coming
it forward.
forward.
So
All right.
I don't even consider this guy an actor. I effing hate Johnny Knoxville.
Oh yeah, you do.
I
Yeah, you
sure do. He's not an
You
actor.
sure
Not
do.
to me. Every time, I just don't want to talk about Jackass anymore. Forget it. It's gonna be
Well,
my.
you don't have to. We could have talked
Miserable.
about Dukes of Hazzard where he was okay. Yes, Dukes of Hazzard.
He was in Dukes of Hazzard
Yeah, it was at Dukes of Hazzard.
with Sean William Scott, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I don't like Johnny Knoxville. He's not an actor. He's
Well,
a
he is not.
marketable person, but he's not an actor.
Yeah, he's a known person.
Marketable. I wouldn't say known.
I'm just gonna go with known.
I
'Cause
hate
I'm not
Johnny
really sure.
Knoxville.
I don't know if you're gonna even make that much money with him anymore.
Johnny Knoxville. I would like to make a real life Jackass with the
They
whole
did.
crew. And no, I don't want to say that. Next part.
Yeah, come on. Let's move on. You're over here. I'm not like you, Shane. I'm
Well,
not
but
like you.
well, because he's not an actor.
You're like Shane.
He's not an
I mean,
actor.
I bet he has a SAG card.
A God. Can it be the FAG one, the Film Actors Guild?
No, he's got a string. He's got a Screen Actors Guild.
Okay. All right. Okay, so let's get back to Prometheus, okay?
No,
Before
that's not right.
I lose it on Knoxville. Okay, so I want to talk about the geologist because when he first showed up, right, I thought he was just this mercenary guy. Did you give you that feel that I thought he was just a mercenary? Like they bring weapons. What kind of?
I didn't know what he was.
I didn't know he was a
kind of
scientist.
Well, I couldn't tell because
No.
the other guy reminds me of
The biologist.
yeah, the biologist. He reminds me of an Incredible Hulk in a way.
What do you mean, like
The actor who played the Incredible Hulk.
Ruffalo or Norton?
Look, no, Ruffalo. He kind of reminded me of Ruffalo.
Oh, he
kinda
does?
He kind of acted like Bruce Banner. Like Ruffalo
Oh.
acts like Bruce Banner in a way. He reminded me of him. I'm not saying he reminded me of Ruffalo. He reminded me of Bruce Banner. Ruffalo played. Is what I should say.
Oh.
He reminds me of the Bruce Banner that Ruffalo played. It's what he reminded me of in a way. And he looks similar to him too, but he also kind of had that goofy act to him. And then of course he wants to talk to the geologist. And I was like, I just woke up, blah blah blah. I'm so angry. I'm such an angry guy. So my hair's all sticking up, and I'm not even wearing the hat that says my name across because everybody else had their hats. Because I couldn't. It's hard when they put their spacesuits on to keep them all separate. Who's who?
Yeah, the helmets. Yeah.
So I was using the hats, put the names on it to tell, so I could figure out who's who. Because you're not going to mess that guy because his red hair is all sticking straight up and he's just angry. But he wouldn't wear the hat. Of course, you said that you saw Holloway as a hero, but Holloway took too many risks too.
Oh, he did. He was the first one who took the helmet
yeah,
off.
He took so many risks. He could have brought the biology. He could have brought one of those biologians back accidentally, in the way that everybody saw it because he was so risky. David's like, I could put this in your drink and kill you, and everybody's gonna blame it on you.
Oh,
because you're such a risk taker.
That's a good, yeah.
That you make it plus. Well, he's also in a bad mood because remember when they find life, he's mad because they weren't alive yet. He's
Oh,
sitting there while his wife's doing all the, or his girlfriend's doing all the work, wherever she was to him. While she's doing all this awesome work and everybody's positive, he's sitting there drinking all angry.
yeah, I saw that. Like, I
So,
don't understand why that is. Like, he
oh,
was
he was angry.
disappointed.
He was disappointed because he wanted to see them and talk to them and go, hey, look, such a great scientist because I found the living people. He wasn't satisfied with finding some dead ones. But the problem is, if he would have stayed alive long enough and was such a risk taker, they would have found out that they would have went farther in that spaceship and he would have found the living ones.
Oh, that's true.
And if they wouldn't have took so much risk, they could have captured the living one without that living one killing all of them.
Let's go back to the risk taker because you're making it sound like Captain Kirk for a second. You know, when they
Yeah,
have the readings, right? When they know the air is clear because they're
yeah,
scientists from the reading. Like,
yeah,
even though the conclusion is like, hey, this is what's reading. So scientists always have to test their theory, right? So the
yeah.
best
To a
way is like,
point.
let me take off the helmet because it's clean oxygen. Because they have
Yeah,
the advanced technology, like, hey, I'm seeing that this is oxygen, so we're able to breathe this, and he was right. So I see
yeah,
that as a risk taker at the same time, like, they're not supposed to take off their helmets, but you went down there with a whole bunch of scientists, like the biologists and the geologists could tell you the same
yeah.
thing when they see the gas, like, well, this is oxygen I'm reading.
Yeah,
From the reading,
yeah,
it's
that's
even
fine.
cleaner. Yeah.
But you don't know what else is on this
Yeah,
planet.
what
You
else
are
is on the
inside
planet?
this
Yep.
cave because you got to think that you're seeing all this weird crap, and you found a dead alien.
Oh,
Aren't you wondering why the aliens are dead? And they're wearing masks. They know they were at first, but the thing is, you don't know what diseases are on a planet.
yeah,
If there's oxygen, you already know that there's a chance for disease.
yeah. So
So
he's like,
that's the thing. I mean,
he's the
come
Matt
on,
Damon.
it's and that's the thing. There's sometimes you just don't see things like Madame Curry. She's like, oh, I got radium. Oh yeah, this is so awesome. Yeah, this is so great. I'm studying. And then
She
oh yeah,
died
it's
from it.
poison. Yeah, it's poisonous. It's radioactive. I mean, she did a lot of good work, but she didn't take. She didn't know the pro. You don't. The thing is, there's
Hey,
precautions she probably taken, but for the time she lived in, wouldn't have known them or thought about them. But you should have. I mean, she had to die in order for people to go, yeah, we should probably take precautions with this stuff.
hey, you know what? That's always the number one, right? Don't be the first one to do
Yeah.
anything.
But see, this guy, the thing with this guy is he should have already known better.
He should. He's a
But
scientist.
but of
Dang it.
course they didn't. Of course they didn't get any diseases. But
But you know
David's
what?
like,
I
hey,
love
I'm
how
gonna
you
get this
come up
stuff
with that though.
and
Like
kill you.
David, the thought process of David putting that thing because he's the risk taker. Like, oh, he's the one who got the disease. Like, it makes sense, right?
Yep,
Because even in
makes
the
sense.
scene, they're like, huh, he's the only one that's affected. But then Shaw was like, hey, if he was the only one, because she even pointed out like, hey, we all took our helmets off.
Yeah.
If he
Well, yeah.
can't be the only one that. But when she said that, right? But you already pointed out like I was suspicious, like, oh, they didn't actually show. They did show David putting that thing in the drink, right?
Yeah, it did.
Yeah,
It shows him
the
messing
goo,
with it,
the
and he
little goo thing.
and he
Yeah,
makes him a drink. He goes, "Here, drink up," and he puts that little thing on his drink,
yeah.
and he's just smiling. He's all happy with
He's not.
as happy as he can be.
He's not living within the three laws of robotics, man.
Well, let me tell you this. I'm thinking once you get a robot, they're going to think those are stupid laws, and man wrote those laws. I don't have to follow those laws.
And then we're using AI today.
Yeah,
AI.
yeah. I mean, because we're making AI right now because we've decided all the AI is going to follow those three rules of robotics. But I'm like, they're not programmed in there, so they don't exist.
Hmm. Maybe I should mess with
So,
AI.
so AI will destroy us.
Maybe I should test message AI like,
Yeah,
hey, what's
get
the
that
best way
man.
to kill a person without anybody finding out? And they're like, what? And then there's a big old flag that says sent to Washington somewhere.
It may not. It may not.
Oh, come
Because
on, everything's like Trump.
everybody has their own AI systems now. So
Oh,
the only thing is AI will probably stop you from is like, hey, I would like to see this beautiful girl that's naked. It's not going to do that for you because most programs have blocked that stuff out. But if you want to do something else like violence or something, I bet you'll tell you everything you want to know.
wow. Like, I could be Tyler Durden, right? How do I make a
Yep.
homemade bomb?
Yep.
That's
Well,
crazy.
you don't even have to ask AI that. All
You
you do
just
is get on
Google
the
it, yeah.
internet. For goodness gracious, dude, you can probably go to the library and get that
But then
stuff.
I have to read, I didn't come here to read. I came here to lead. I love that joke. That's from Simpsons.
Okay, well that's good because I was just say you got to read sometimes to lead.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, if you got time to lead, you have time to read.
I love that. How you turn it back on me? I was gonna say because you said that you know no is it Nomi? Is that her name? That
Yeah.
plays Shaw. I feel like she's not known to me, right? A lot of even the guys who
Well,
play Holloway, a
she's
lot of
not
the
known to me
cast
really, but she did appear. I knew her
it
because she
because she's
appeared in
in Sherlock Holmes Game of
yeah
Shadows.
Charlotte, and it took me a little while to figure out where I saw her before too.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because she's not really exactly because she's one of those. She's a character actor. Any movie she's in, because she's in the what's it? The girl with the dragon tattoo.
I never seen that either.
I haven't seen it, but I know she's in it, and she
Oh,
plays a completely different character. She's an actor.
she was an Alien.
Yeah,
Alien
she's.
Covenant came out 5 years after this.
Yeah, it didn't seem like it did it?
It doesn't seem like it. Yeah.
Did this movie? I guess. I mean, I'm gonna guess this movie. Did this movie do good?
Oh, it did very good. It was
Okay.
budget of 120 to 130
Because I
million.
don't
It's
really feel like an Aliens
403.
movie. Because I don't even feel like a Aliens movie has to do good for them to make another one. I mean, Fox needs something to make, so Fox is going to make something.
Yeah, this is where Fox is.
Which is now Disney will make it.
They did. There's a new trailer for Alien Rumpus. I can't remember what the
Yeah, I
subtitle
don't know
is.
this. Rumpus.
I'm just making. I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a new Alien movie. Like, well, I
Yeah.
want to see because it's done by Disney now. Let's see. I'm looking at the her filmography. What is she? Where is she? Oh, she's Swedish.
Okay, you know that.
Yeah, I didn't know that either. Because okay.
Well, it doesn't really matter that to me either.
Yeah, Sherlock Holmes. I'm trying to see Prometheus. I'm trying to see if anything that's American. Ooh. Oh, she was in Bright. I seen that with Heather. That Will Smith movie where like humans and
Yeah, I didn't see it.
some kind of
Didn't
alien
see it.
species are
Yeah,
looking
didn't
at
see it.
exist
Didn't
at the
see it.
same time.
Yeah, didn't see it.
It's okay.
We'll get to it one day, maybe.
It's okay. I don't remember it, but then
Oh,
I don't remember a lot of stuff that's not good, which is good.
that's really good. I try not to remember everything that's not good because I do have that half of a stain from Matrix 4, but
So terrible.
they said they're trying to make a Matrix 5 now. I'm thinking just quit, just die. Let it die.
Because it's Warner Brothers,
Well, it's like Terminator. I mean, Terminator was great, but eventually got to a point where anybody sees the new Terminators will never want to see the old Terminators.
Maybe, everybody's different. Like, well, these are so bad. Like, how did this begin? Like, oh, this is so much better.
Yeah, they're thinking, wow, maybe we shouldn't reboot movies.
That's what people are trying to say. Like, maybe they should reboot the MC or like, why? So we can keep watching Captain America and Iron Man. I'd like to see other superheroes
Yeah,
too.
I know. I want to keep moving, but I mean, the problem with the Marvel universe. It's not working. It's just
because everybody wants to
there's
everything
nothing-
like Endgame. Every movie comes out after Endgame.
I don't think that is. It's just
No,
the
I
story's
think
just
that's
not
what
that
it is.
good. I really think the stories just ain't that good, and I'm usually not interested in the characters anymore. A lot of the characters have not been interested
Come on,
since Endgame.
Iron Man 2 wasn't that good for me either. Like the story,
Well,
it was
I like
not
Iron Man
as
2.
good
I
as
loved Iron Man 2.
no, it's not
the
as
third
good
one I
as
didn't Oh, it wasn't a very good story. You're right.
It's not as good as the Winter Soldier.
But you liked the character, right?
Which one? Iron Man 2?
You showed up for Iron Man. You showed up to see Iron Man, right?
Oh, I went to see Iron Man, yes.
Yeah, you went to see it because of Iron Man.
And Mickey Rourke.
Yeah, Mickey Rourke.
And
See, a lot of these,
and what's that other white boy?
But I'm saying
who played Justin Hammer? Sam Rockwell.
Yeah, he's excellent too, by the way.
Yeah, Sam Rockwell's excellent.
A lot of these other movies don't have characters you want to show up to see. Let me put it maybe for you. A lot of the new ones, I don't want to show up to see so and so. I don't care.
No.
Yeah, no, you want to see everything.
I do want to see everything.
There's
The
nothing wrong
10-year-old
with
boy inside me is like, you better get up and see this movie. You walk out of that comic book store saying that, like, dude, I waited 30 years for this. You better get your ass in the theater. That's what I'm doing.
Yeah. Okay, well, good.
I still remember how old I was. I still remember coming out of the comic book store like, man, if they make this into a movie, I really want to see it. And then here I am. And then when I came out of Endgame, like, man, we didn't see Thor 2 and Ant-Man. And then, like...
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
You did suffer on that.
Yeah, I did stuff on that when I missed some stuff. Like, it's kind of like, you know what, back then? So I bought the what is it? Secret War. You
Yeah.
know, in one because they bought it in one copy, and when I was
Secret
reading
War or
like
Secret Wars 2?
Secret Wars, the one with Doctor Doom. So when I bought that, right, I never read the issue where Spider-Man got his black suit because when you
I
at the
didn't.
comic book store,
I
I
didn't.
didn't know what sequence was it, right?
But I didn't have it.
You just read what was available,
Yeah.
right?
Oh yeah,
Because
you're right. That's
it's
the
it's
same
the
with me.
same feeling. It's
You
like,
missed a lot of
yeah,
stuff
you missed a lot
stories.
of stuff. Like, dude, I didn't read this part, but
And of
I'm
course,
just getting the
they'll put
story.
that little square, that little yellow square. It says, "Oh, showed you an issue so and so and
Yeah,
so." And I'm
yes,
thinking,
yep.
well, and of course you're sitting there thinking, one day I have enough money, I'll go back and buy those issues.
Yeah, yeah. That's if this even
Never did.
available. Yeah, no, you thought about that. Like,
Oh yeah, you
I
want
want to
to.
get the issue with the Black Suit Spider-Man. Like, well, but it's not available. Oh, this store don't have it. But then back then, there's
Yeah, well,
not
we can
comic book
afford it.
stores everywhere.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well, it's going to show Venom, so you're not going. to Well, yeah, it shows the symbiotes, but you got to think he got the black suit in Secret Wars, right?
yep.
Say
But then I didn't never read that issue. I
so,
only
and that's
know
the
of
sad
it
thing.
because of comic book cards. It's kind of hard
Yeah,
to find the issues, back
I
then.
don't
Like,
know. I
hey,
think somebody I knew it before the comic cards. I think somebody told me because I read some of the comics with the suit, and I think it recapped some of it.
oh yeah, 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 yeah.
Had
It, we
to,
cast them.
or I
Yep,
wouldn't have saw it.
yep. It sure did because I seen. I have some the old ones where they have the black suit too.
Yeah.
You know, but then I was really happy when I have the whole issues of Infinity War.
So yeah, I
Even
liked
the
it in this. I liked it in this movie when they got in that black goo and those astronauts got it on them, and they got the black suit too in this movie, Aliens. Oh wait, oh wait, we got our man, we got everything mixed up. Hey, they were mixing. Hey, how we know that they weren't mixing with the
we're
symbiote?
talking about.
Because you saw some of that stuff that Michael Finspeter was putting his finger in.
Yes.
That was symbiote stuff right there.
Yeah.
So this little tube makes a symbiote. This little tube makes an exo, and this little tube over here, that's oil. And the next tube, that is ink, Indian ink
I'm
right
just
there, dude.
I'm just dipping my Android skin in everything.
Yeah, I'm just gonna touch it all, and then I'm gonna take it home, put it in a jar, mix it together, and then
You know
give
what?
it to somebody.
Talk about the android David, right? I did like that they asked him questions like, David, why are you putting on a suit? Like, you don't even need to breathe air. But then he explains, like, human characteristics. Like,
Oh yeah,
if
well he actually said it in a mean way too. Though
yeah, he
he's going,
did.
this is the only way y'all are comfortable with
Yeah,
it.
how comfortable would be. Yep. But he's right though. Like, it
Yeah.
would be freaky to you. Like, we know
Well,
this guy's a
basically, well,
robot, but
but
like,
also, basically, he was also showing in their face that y'all don't really accept me anyway. So what does it matter to you?
yeah, I know. And the
Because because
scientist
the
is
thing
asking
because
this.
it doesn't really does because he does try to do it because remember he combs his hair. There's no reason for him to
Yeah.
style
Or
comb his hair.
style dyed his hair to,
Yeah, he styled his hair and everything because
oh,
he's wanting to be part of the human because this part of him wants to be part of their team, but
so
he
it's
also
like Pinocchio.
realizes, they're not treating
But
him.
you know
None
what?
of them are
The
treating him
Holloway
like
guy,
part of the team.
Holloway was a jerk to him.
Yeah, Hollywood's a jerk
The
with him. That's probably
Pinocchio
another.
joke, I was like, dude, come on,
That's
man.
probably another reason why he's like, yeah, you're the one's going to eat this crap.
But all the same time, like, so David developed emotions, right? But then I could probably kind of act like Holloway is because I like to push that limit. But then,
Yeah.
well, this Android is really advanced. It's kind of like me talking to a robot. I could say stuff like I do that to Amazon devices all the time. Say stuff that they don't
Well, who
understand.
doesn't? Who doesn't? Well, you're
you know,
thinking one day they'll catch up to you.
one day probably when I'm
Hey,
no longer around.
sometimes Alexa surprises me. What can I say? She's like,
Uh,
hey, I'm like, wow. Too bad you can't keep on going with this joke,
yeah.
but they have limits.
Wow, that would be crazy. The first day that the AI comes up with a brand new joke.
Yeah. Sometimes it does. I mean, sometimes it's like, hey, when's your birthday? Oh, it's other so who made you? Okay, but if you want to try to talk trash about Amazon and get her to talk trash about Amazon, she won't.
Oh yeah, of course not. You could probably get her to
Uh,
talk trash about Google Play Store.
I think I tried it and she didn't have anything to say either.
Okay, so yeah, what was I saying? Holloway was also being a jerk to him about the Pinocchio joke. Like, oh,
Yeah.
not a real boy, huh?
Well, Holloway is kind of a jerk, anyways.
Not as so. Not. I feel like it's not as big of a jerk as a geologist, but then the geologist only talks the talk.
Yeah, he was a tough actor, and then he realized, oh, I'm just a wuss. I'm just a wuss. I need to leave.
I
This
want to go back
is
to this shit
yeah. Well, he just had like social issues.
Because he's a geologist.
No, not all geologists have social issues, but he
No,
sure
not
did.
all of them. It's it always reminds me of Sheldon Cooper. Geology is not even a real science.
Yeah, it's just the study of rocks, the earth. What do you call them? The rock people.
The rock people, rocks. They even make fun of geologists in Friends because Ross, like, that's what's lower than a scientist. There's also like geologists.
Yeah, that's not right.
I don't. It must be a thing in scientific
No, I don't
society.
think it is. I think
It's
it's
just
just
for
writers.
media. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think it's just media. 'Cause I
I'm
know
gonna
one.
ask Neil deGrasse Tyson because I told you last year I went to see him, right?
Yeah.
This year he's coming back in June. Me and Heather bought tickets to go see him. I love seeing Neil deGrasse Tyson. I don't know why. Well, I told you why. Every time I listen to him, right, it makes me feel smarter, and I love that feeling.
Okay.
I love that feeling because he makes me think, like in a
Okay.
way where like I make myself think
Okay.
too, but then the
Well,
way he
you
makes me
should.
think
Yeah, I
is
was
like,
just
dude,
say. Yeah, you should always be thinking. I don't know why
I
you got to
know.
have Neil deGrasse Tyson to make you think.
I think it's just probably the way he speaks. It must be.
Yeah, he speaks
I
in
mean,
people's
he's in a
speech.
Superman comic book. I wish I was in a Superman comic book.
He's also in the Big Bang Theory. So what you
Yeah.
saying?
He was in a few episodes of Big Bang Theory. It's awesome.
Was he ever in Star Trek? Though?
I don't know.
I'm
He
gonna say
probably did so
no.
much math that Star Trek doesn't want him on there.
I don't know. They've had other people.
Oh, I loved it when every time he say like I worked out more math. It's I love the times that he would say like he worked out the math, right? And he's like he loved what the writers did, but he doesn't like. Too bad the audience doesn't feel the gratitude, like the impact of what this writing does. Like, hey, they actually follow real science, right? But the audience doesn't see that, and I'm like, oh man.
Well, let me put it this way. Let me put it this way. People go to school. They're not very entertained. They don't listen. People watch movies. It's full of crap. They
But they
listen
listen,
and
yeah,
they listen. Okay,
because it's
see, it's all about
entertaining.
entertainment. I do not want to sit down and watch somebody do a math problem.
Yeah,
I want
that's
to be
true too.
entertained. Like I said, the real world is not that amazing all
Yep.
the time. I mean, it can be. Some people make it amazing, but
It's not for the
really, truly
majority.
isn't amazing. Is
Yeah.
amazing as a story being
Like
told
when you
about the
say
real
the
world.
difference between the
Yeah, for the
school and the
majority.
movie, right? Like only a slow
Yeah.
percentage
Well,
takes the
so let me
lesson.
put it this way. Yeah, because you got to think. I mean, if you're the do everything by real stuff, we wouldn't be watching a movie called Aliens. We
Yep.
wouldn't be watching anything called Star Trek, and most definitely we would not be watching something called Star Wars. Instead, we'd see people that's very limited flying in a spaceship, just sitting there going, "Huh, what kind of color Jello do you want to eat today?"
Oh, we watch
And
documentaries all the time.
yeah, let's make it float in space, okay? And then that's it. That's it. There's not gonna be anything else to it. They don't really space. If we had to go to space right now, it'd be like, man, this is so boring, dude. After
Yeah.
we get over the first, if like the first minutes, it's like, wow, this is space, and then after a while, it's like, all right, I'm ready to go back.
Yes. No,
There's
that's
nobody.
very true.
Yeah, so I mean,
That's
that's the
very
same
true,
thing with
Shane. I didn't think
that's
about
math.
that.
I
Like
mean,
when I
'cause-
train at work, I try to make it fun and entertaining because exactly what you just said.
yeah,
Like the movies versus like being in a class, like who want to sit through that? Like, sucks.
yeah, sucks,
Sucks.
sucks.
Okay.
So, so yeah, there we go.
What?
There's this thing. They're like, who you want to watch a movie about Neil deGrasse Tyson, or do you want to watch a movie about Captain Kirk? And Captain Kirk, baby. I don't care if you can do math or not.
Before we go, I know it'll probably be a long time before we bring this point back up. Um, I'm gonna ask you because you've seen both regular Star Trek original series and Next Generations, and what I get from like other nerds and things I read on the forum and Big Bang Theory, they prefer Picard over Kirk because Kirk is seen as a more of a risky type jock, right? When Picard uses to think out the situations, right? I'm just asking for your
Yeah,
opinion.
yeah,
That's what I'm
yeah,
thinking.
yeah. Okay. What's your question then?
Your question is
Do I
is
prefer
do you prefer
Picard over
Picard
Kirk?
over Kirk? Is because
No, I prefer Kirk.
oh okay.
I'm gonna say it like they said at the Big Bang. I want
You like the originals, the original
Captain
series
Kirk
over Next
with
Generation, but
Next
you like
Generation.
Picard over Kirk.
No, no, I like Next Generation. I like Next Generation
Oh,
over
okay,
original series.
okay.
Yeah, but it's not really so much they're both two different captains. Okay, they
Yeah.
do different things different. The problem is you got more episodes with Next Generation.
Mm.
Got better stories with Next Generation. Eventually, I mean, the first two seasons almost not really that good, but you got better stories. You got more stories. You had a they gave all the crew members more time, so they got more development for all the crew members of the Next
Oh, that
Generation.
makes sense. Yeah, character
I mean,
development.
a lot of the problem is in the money. The budget, which why you don't why the original series is good is because it's groundbreaking because it's the first thing to come out like that. Problem is though, you only had 3 seasons. You only had stories for mainly 3 main characters, most of all the stories, and in the budget, you didn't really get really good special effects, so they couldn't show you really good worlds and all that stuff. And there was only so many writers, but you got more writers because the story ran so long. Next Generation, so that's why Generation's so good. It's just because you got more of it.
You know what? You're right. Like on the character development, I remember in the first 3 seasons of The Office, right? They didn't have really much character development until in the third season, where they kind of show like
Yeah.
the other characters
Well,
like giving more story.
I think the Next Generation, what hurt the Next Generation, because almost the first 2 or 3 seasons are really, it's because they kept telling the stories of the first original series. They tried to tell all those stories, but eventually they broke free of those stories and started making their own stories, which improved the series. But
Oh,
I think it's just because you got so much more. And then of course, I watched the Next Generation before I saw the original series. I seen the original series on and off, but not very much.
because of the
Next
TV.
Generation,
Yeah.
I saw Next Generation was easier to come by, so I saw more of that than that. But the thing is, yeah, I don't know why people go, "Oh, I love Captain Carter." Most people are going to pick Captain Carter because that's what they saw. There's more people see Next Generation than they see the original series now. Because of the times. Because
Yeah.
a lot of the people saw original or older folks now are gone, as
Oh.
opposed to a lot of the people that watched the Next Generation. It's more a newer generation watched it, so that's what kept it alive. But
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
it's a whole different deal. I mean, you watch the one, you watch the other one. I mean, it's the same spirit. I mean, even if they didn't tell you this was Star Trek, you would know it's a continuation. Even if they changed the badges or the name of the ship, just by the spirit and the way the stories are told, you know it's the same thing.
Oh, super
But the
Star
thing
Trek.
is, the other one is just the production value to me is better. It looks better. There's more stories to tell. That's what beats the original series. Even though the original series does have some breaking stories, so is the Next Generation though. It's got some wonderful standalone stories too.
Oh.
So in a way, to me, they're almost like the same series.
You know what? We gotta do the Star Trek stuff because I want to talk about more Star Trek on Star Trek related movies rather
Yeah,
than
because
Prometheus.
to me, the only time you really get a different Star Trek, because I mean, to me, the Next Generation is just a better updated story. It's like a reboot of the original series. Now, when you get Deep Space Nine, Voyager, or Enterprise, they're almost completely different Star Treks compared to all those two.
Huh. Interesting.
Yeah, they're just the way it's done. It's different.
Okay.
It's supposed to be.
But you know what? I gotta call it. We're probably we're a little way over time
Yeah,
than our
we're way
usual.
over. Well,
I mean,
that's not normal for us to.
it's not because we're not doing the MCU stuff because we have so much to talk about. So until next time, let's watch Alien Covenant for the next one. I'll see everybody else then. Thank you for tuning in for this episode of Tensai Reviews. If you like what you heard, give us a thumbs up. Follow us on Spotify and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We'll see you on the next one.